This is one that you would probably benefit by writing it down in point form, bullet points. Pretty easy. But somehow people find it tricky. I don't want to explain that. So when we do headstand, where's the way to put your headstand?
Meaning,
Please come close, have a look. I'll do a show and tell from
In the arms, or the neck.
come to the sides, come to the side. You find your headstand. Where's the weight? Where's the force here?
It's on the forearms.
Yeah, most of the forearms, correct?
Yeah.
Okay? So my whole body weight is going to be on the forearms. Yes?
Yeah.
But what's holding the forearms?
Shoulder.
This bone is holding the forearms. What's holding that? Scapula.
Yeah.
What's holding scapula? Hold here.
Spine.
All the
The
muscles.
spine. All the muscles, yes. So the whole shoulder girdle is supporting the scapula. Scapula is supporting the upper arm. The triceps are working a lot. Forearms carrying the weight. So I'm not really taking that much weight on the neck here. Ever. Although there will be some muscle effort. There will be some muscle because this is related to the shoulder girdle. But the weight is definitely going into my upper back. It has to. Right? It's not going into my lower back, is it? Lower back's just louses. So even if you do it without weight on the head, you're still going to carry that weight here. It's like, like holding a bar or holding something heavy on your head. The weight is going to be transferred there, which is not bad. It means it's building strength in the bones and the muscles. So we can assume there will be some compression in the discs of the neck and the upper back. So therefore this neck releasing movement, let me explain. So here, I'm letting the head drop. I'm decompressing the neck by hanging the head. Okay, that's position one. Position one, action one, we could say, is what was that?
Expanding
Breathing.
your.
Trying to expand here.
Yeah.
So, action two. Action three. That's it. So that was position one, action 1, 2, 3. Yeah? Got it? Position 2. Step the feet behind the hands. Put the hands on the heels or the ankles. And this is where people get confused. So I elongate the spine, but with straight arms. And I flex the upper back. Do you see that? It's not this. That's not flexing the upper back. Flex that. For some people it might feel a bit sore or vulnerable here. So you just have to moderate that. Might bend the knees. So then position 2, action 1 is breathing in, action 2 is depressing shoulders. Lift the head. That's 3. Exhale, chin to chest. So I said 4 things. I included depressing the shoulder. Okay? neck position, bend your knees, wrap the palms, palms to calves, halfway along the calf. And flex the spine, depress the shoulder, breathe in. Good there. And exhale, chin to chest. That's position 3. Position 4. Shoulder blades come back. Relaxing the head neutral. Breathe in. Lift the head. Exhale, chin to chest. Have you got it?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, I just have just with the last one, because you're always breathing, you're kind of really breathing into the upper back and rounding, but obviously in the last one, so
Then you're breathing here.
so you're aiming for the chest,
Yeah.
so actually the chest.
Yeah, so the 3 different positions are kind of targeting the upper back in slightly different ways. And the last one is getting this to actually try and access here. The one thing though, for some people they shouldn't be holding the breath in. High blood pressure, yeah, especially high blood pressure, other cardiovascular diseases, it's probably too much of a strain to be holding the breath. So for those people, just let them breathe freely and move. But if you can comfortably do that little kumbhaka, then it adds something. Because while you're expanding the thoracic, you're moving the head. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then last thing
I
is,
mean, wait a second. So if you've got high blood pressure or heart disease, you shouldn't be doing headstands.
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking.
Prerequisite is, none of those things for inversions, and this is post-inversion.
Would you, if you left out headstand, would you still include this if you did the pinch reminder?
Yes, I would. I do. Yeah, because pincher is also carrying a lot of weight there,
Yes.
and pincher mayurasana is the preparation for headstand.
But is this something you could do with somebody who had high blood pressure, pinch or not?
No, also not.
Even if they're just slightly high blood pressure. If somebody has a little bit of high blood pressure, no inversions, finished.
You can do half inversion. Half inversion is this, or this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's called neck releasing postures.
Yeah.
So we're releasing the neck.
Yeah.
And in headstand, you said there's very little to do with the neck. Well, why are we releasing the neck if the neck did nothing?
Even if there's very little there is still weight on the head. There's some weight on the head. That's one thing. The second thing is, even if you tell people to not put weight on the head, they inevitably do it anyway. And the other thing is just the constriction of the upper back will develop tension in the neck. So, yeah.
And this also opens the chest, and it's not just about releasing the neck, it's also about opening all of it.
Yeah, so it's an interesting
So
neck.
It's
neck
not really just
releasing.
neck releasing, it's
No, it
also
is
like
neck releasing.
Completely.
Because the thing to understand is the neck muscles all start in here. Here, and here, and here. They're not only in the neck. There are some intrinsic muscles only in the neck, but what we're working with is the connectors to the thoracic. So that's how it works. I mean, these splenius capitis muscles on the back, levator scapula there. On the front, there's a whole lot of muscles on the deep front of the spine there. These ones here, which you can see. That's the top 2 ribs connecting to the neck. So all the neck muscles are basically in that top part of the thoracic spine. So we are releasing the neck by mobilizing it.
Could you just include it anywhere because life is stressful?
Yeah, why not? Okay.
It feels amazing.
Absolutely. It feels good, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a wonderful
And just be aware of the breath holding. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do sort of, hanging the neck, moving the head around. In this position, gravity. I mean, some people do that. Pulling. You're using gravity to have a sense of elongating the neck. Yeah. Okay. Should we do headstand before or after shoulder stand? How's that for a question? What do you think?
I know it comes after.
Yeah.
Before or after?
After. Headstand after shoulder stand.
So in your sequence that I've given you, shoulder stand comes last.
With the down.
I was thinking of a picture. I was thinking of a picture of my wrestling.
So shoulder stand is soothing, headstand is more stimulating, although it might be also soothing for some people. If you're very established in headstand, you'll feel that it is soothing. But it's much stronger. So in Iyengar's book, he says headstand is the father and shoulder stand is the mother. The shoulder stand is more nurturing. So I think it goes better at the end of the practice. It's part of that cooling down process. But in Ashtanga methodology, headstand is last. Almost last. Before lotus, Padmasana. And the only neck release is that Tolasana. So lotus legs and lifting up. Can you see how that's a neck release? The neck release because it's pulling down. There's that, and then there's the binding. That's also a neck release. And forward. But I have noticed some Ashtangis get a bit stiff in the neck. From doing that. They get strong as well. And some people, they just love to do headstand, like this one.
I would imagine that the shoulder stand is lengthening and releasing the neck. And so that's why it would be better to do it after your headstand, because your headstand you are having to, I don't know, I mean obviously.
It's lengthening the back of the neck, but it's compressing the front.
Alright, okay.
So usually there's a counter that comes after shoulder stand,
Okay.
a counter pose, which in some people's practice is the fish, this side. It's one way. In the way I've been teaching you, it's this one. It's more neutral. It's not using gravity so much. It's sort of asking you to actively extend the neck spine rather than kind of throw it back with gravity, and then this one. So there is some, and then a twist. Also for the neck. So there's actually plenty of counter pose for the neck. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of the other classes will just do headstand, shoulder stand, fish, and that's it. Wow. Or even start with headstand. Some practices start with headstand, which I think personally is not great.
Would you say shoulder stand, Salamba, Savasana is quite good for activating shoulders? So that's why doing headstand after would be okay in that other series, because your shoulders are activated to...
What do you mean by activated?
They've been switched on in terms of, and your girdle stretched out, your shoulder girdle, in order to feel more, maybe more comfortable in the opposing position.
Yeah, I mean, in Ashtanga,
Although
it
I
comes
mean,
at
your
the
shoulder would be
end of the sequence, and you've done a whole,
pretty switched on already.
yeah, you've done like 500 chakras. I don't know if switched on is the term, I mean, it's kind of like completely exhausting. And no, this is part of it. It's like,
Yes,
okay,
and if too exhausted, then it could be dangerous.
it makes it challenging, but it also, maintains
Pushes
that
it
sort of tapas and focus.
Yeah.
But I always think of when I was working in Sydney as a massage therapist, and some of my people that were seeing me were yoga people. I used to love working on yoga people. Because their bodies are just so responsive and pliable. And I remember when Patapi Joyce came into town, Patapi Joyce came and did he was the teacher of Ashtanga. And every Ashtanga practitioner in Sydney was there for the week. And my bookings were full. And mostly necks. Yeah, because he asked people to stand at the end of the practice on their head for much longer than they were used to. It's like, oh, stay there. So people were like, whoa.
Yeah.
And they probably worked a bit harder than they were used to as well. So, okay, so there will be more questions after lunch. Let's take a break. Thank you for your help.
Thank you. Yeah.